Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Plasma and I like donuts. So today we are going to look at another type of elevator, and I made a donut one this time. So this is an 8 by 8 that's got a 2 by 2 hole in it. And so you could put a pillar here of terracotta or obsidian, you could put just a hole here you could fall through, or you could put stairs like I did. Not really sure what you could use it for, but all kinds of neat stuff. And so let's go ahead and get started on dissecting this. So right here we've got our elevator we always do, our basic 2 by 2. And what we're going to do is we're going to add a little piston on the side like this with an observer. And so then we have two pieces to it. We've got the handlebars right here. What this is going to do is allow us to put these two pistons and wrap around the hole in the middle so that we don't have any problems. And so with that, then the other piece is going to be this pair. And so these are identical arms. So what you're going to do is you're going to have 4 across on each side. We're going to slap a piston on the end with an observer. And then on the other side, we're going to put 3 pistons with an observer. And so this will be able to carry our whole slime layer. Now the slime layer is actually really simple. So it looks a little bit unique, but essentially what you're going to be doing is you're going to be doing this. You're just going to make a really nice looking shape like this with the sides being honey blocks. But what you want to do is you want to extend them out like this, because what this will do is it'll give you the ability to reach all 4 from 2 sides, and it'll make putting the top together much more simple. So we can put blocks here and here, and then we can put a block here and here, and then one here, and that's it for being able to stop it on the top. So you don't have to make it too complicated on top. So let's go ahead and build it. All right, so hotbar's got what you need, and we're going to start off like this. And so we are going to do what we usually do, but we're going to have that piece on the side. So there's our basic elevator, and now we've got our side piece. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put this here. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 across the back of the main one. And we're going to come over and over like this, and over like this. We'll put an observer right here for a piston on this, and then we're going to put an observer right here for a piston. Oh, for a piston like this. Simple, right? So next thing we're going to do is we are going to put these on. These are the identical sides. We're going to put a piston right here, and we're going to power it like so. And you can do the same on the other side if you want, or you can just finish the entire side. And so what you're going to do is you're going to go up and over. So with an observer facing down like that, you're going to have piston, piston, piston. And then you're going to come up and over. You want an observer underneath. We're going to go piston, piston, piston. So there's your 2 by 2 hole. You can kind of see it now if you look at the negative space. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put our pieces in. So right here. And so the cool thing about this is we are actually keeping it really compact because this is right up against it. And as long as we put honey blocks in, then we don't have any issues. And so you can see right here, what we're going to do is we're going to go like this and this, this and this, and this, this. There we go. And so let's just do the pretty pattern and then we'll fix it. It's much easier to remember things that are symmetrical. So that is all you have to do. And my recommendation is that you go like this, and then like that, and like this, and like that. Okay, so for the bottom, you want to identify where your annoying observers are going to be, and then you want to start from the top and work your way down. So I'll tell you right now, this one's going to be the annoying one, and it's because you want to do a double piston extender to try and reach past all this. And so what you want to do is you want to have 2 observers like this. And then what we'll do is we'll put a sticky piston here and a piston here. And the other one that's really annoying one is right here. We're going to put a piston like that, and that will help us there. So what we're going to do is we actually are going to have a problem if we just wire this up simply to the top 4. So we've got this one, we've got this one, we've got that one, and we've got this one. And so if it was as simple as wiring this up, we'd be happy. But it's not that simple. And the reason is that we're going to have a problem because the double piston extenders are going to push this one up and down one time for every time the other one's moved twice. And so what we've got to do is we've got to cause this one to not change as often. And so what we're going to do, so we need to move this down because this is going to power this block, and we don't want to cause a loop. See, if we go like this, we don't want that. That's bad. So we're going to do that. Problem solved. I said, problem solved. So what we want to do is, while we do want to connect to this, and while we are going to need a repeater here so that it reaches all the way around, what we actually want to do is we actually want to put repeaters like this. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a toggle. And so instead of doing things the way you'd usually expect to, we're going to put a torch right here, and this will cause it to have a toggle that feeds back onto itself. And so what we'll do is we will put a block here, and now every time it triggers, it's going to flip the power state of this. So what we can do is, if we have a button here, you see? So the one thing is we need to fix this one. So rather than meddling with that, you can use a button. So now, every time we push this button, you see how they're almost in sync? They've got to be in sync. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a repeater here. There, see, isn't that better? So now the hard part's done. So now let's do the other observers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull, we need a 3-tick delay between each layer. And so this is going to have a block here so that it powers that piston. And we're going to go like that. So now we need a 3-tick delay on these after we connect to this one. See, this one's going to be right here. What we want to do is, we don't want to connect it like that. We want to connect it like this. So run this over here. And you'll notice they don't do anything because we're pushing extra blocks, so we don't have to worry about issues like we do with the first layer. So now we can simply 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Finally, we need to do this one. And so what we will do is we will connect it to the other one. We will just chain it so that it has 6 ticks. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Rather than trying to connect it to those. And so that should be all we have to do. And so if we did this right, it should launch when I push that button, but we'll have to have a way to stop it. So my recommendation is that you use some obsidian, and you just need to have one block on each of the pieces. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here and put a ring. And if we did it right, it should work. Look at that. Isn't that elegant? So let's get started on doing the top. So for the top, we're going to do something special this time. So because of the way we adjusted these, now we only need 6 blocks. I'm going to put them here and here. So I'm going to actually use targets this time. So instead of doing what I usually do and use a bunch of repeaters, we're going to use targets. They are more compact, and it's a better way of doing it. I'm just not used to doing it because it's a fairly new thing when you've been playing Minecraft for a long time. So these go right here, and this goes right here. So now we're going to put our redstone torches on top of targets. And what that's going to do is it's going to give us the ability to just run redstone by it. And when we run redstone by it, it's going to pull the redstone in and turn the torch off. So we can do this like this. So watch this redstone dust. You ready? You see that? It pulls it in. And so now, do this one. And what we're going to do is we're going to come here and we're going to say, not right there, because we don't want to brush up against the machine. But we will connect like that. And so now, We can put a repeater here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set these to 4 ticks. And the reason I'm going to do this is I want the delay on the launcher that I'm going to put down here. So I'm going to push a block up against it like this. We're going to do that. So when we say hi to it, 10 ticks later, the button's going to pull back, but it's going to take 3 ticks for each layer, so it's going to take 12 ticks before it's ready to pull this top layer down. And so if we don't add a few more ticks, we're going to run into a problem where these are pulled back, but they are done and they come back and snap back before it even moves. So they're too slow. So this should fix our problem. So now, let's come down like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, so you wanted your button to be somewhere along on this side. And so that should be it. So let's go ahead and see if it works by making a button. Double check that everything's connected, and there you go. It works. And so let's go ahead and put the top on. So I've added the borders on it, and now you have your floor on each floor. And I move the buttons up to where they're more accessible. You need to have glazed terracotta around the bottom of the base, but on the top floor you don't have to because the slime never gets up there. And so if we did it, that should go up, and it should stop right here, and it does. And it should go down again, and it does. Thank you for watching. I have a whole playlist of these. It was good to be doing inventions in elevators again. It's been a while. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye.